Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, bitches. That's right. It's Saturday, April 5th, and we're here for another episode of CPUnits. Bitch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I wasn't here for Friday. As you know, me and Luke were in LA doing some shoot for the lovely Dove Cameron. But we're back. We're back. We turned it from Friday to Saturday. We'll do a one fight stream before we get into our card later. Let's see who's here. Main card minute's always here. What's good? Let's go. I got the merch. I'm repping. I got stickers for you too, bro. I got stickers for you too. Lazy. Just in time because my BKFC stream is fucking up. BKFC, what the hell? Ring that bell, baby. You already know. When them bells ring, I'm coming. I'm coming. My setup's all fucked up. Things are gonna be off and out of whack. Hopefully my mic sounds the same. Hopefully my look is the same camera wise. Everything changed this weekend, so hopefully I got it back in the spots. Hopefully I'm good enough to get it. I think my camera's a little low than it normally is. That's the one thing, because usually we see above the TV a little bit, right? Yeah, almost there, but we're close. We're close. Lazy says, coming to you now, fresh off a steel bird from the West Coast. It's Gav. You already know. Glad my plane landed because, as we know, the planes haven't been landing that great recently. So yeah, nice shirt, bro. Oh yeah, I got it from my friend Luke. I don't know if you know him. He has his own channel. He's pretty big deal on the internet, especially in the MMA world. But yeah, looks and sounds good. Thanks, bro. Lazy says looks sound like the usual good. So I'm glad I didn't change anything on my interface and shit like that. All right. Well, you guys already know. If you don't already know, I'm the host of this here show. My name's Gav. Every Friday and sometimes Saturday, I give you guys a simulation of the fights we're about to see for the UFC. And guess what? This week we got Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy, baby. We got a featherweight matchup. Now, before we start that and go into the game, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I tried every single way to make a fight happen, but there's some fighters that are in the game and some fighters that aren't. And the only two I can make fight are Emmett and Murphy, obviously, because they're headlining the card. But there is Brad Tavares in the game. No Gerald Mearshart. Surprising, right? I thought Mearshart was in the game. I thought that was going to be my co-main, but apparently he's not in the game. And travesty. They just added Mauricio Rufy. But Gerald Mearshart, who's been in the UFC for half a decade, not in the game. Okay. Pat Sabatini not in the game, but Joe Anderson Brito in the game. I think Ode Osborne's in the game, but obviously Luis Garul is not. None of the girls are in the game. Not even Loma. Victor Henry's not in the game. Budai not in the game. Demopoulos not in the game. Alenkar not in the game. So all we have today is Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy. So I'm going to be milking this for every minute, every second that I got. If you don't already follow on the social, main card minute. One more round fight. Scan left for main card minute. We'll be doing the main card watch along later. Check us out later tonight. Luke, are we doing 9 p.m. right? East Coast? Is that what it is? And then one more round fights on your left. If you want to catch these fight simulations, if you want to catch the recaps of the weekend, come on down, scan that QR code on your right. But if you want to find some plus money bets, scan that QR code on your left, sir. And don't forget to follow on social. One more round fights on all socials except for X. On X, it's one more round FA because they have a character limit. Fuck you, X. Fuck you, Elon. Anyways, let's get into it, shall we? The disrespect to GM3. That's what I'm saying. Seriously? 22 UFC fights? Not good enough. UFC 5 exacts. Yes, sir. 9 p.m. All right, perfect. Wait till next year when Dana White Contender Series 1 from EA drops. We'll have all the fighters. If that drops, I'm going to be pissed. If anything, that should be an update that they provide weekly for the UFC 6 game. But we'll see what happens. UFC 6 dropping soon, too, guys. And you know it's a business expense of one more round and often spaced LLC. So, yeah, we're going to be getting that the very second it drops. Pre-order, all that shit. So don't worry about that. My ass up. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's bring the game in. Let's bring the oh shit, I forgot the controller. Hold on. This happens every week. All right, we got it. For some reason, I always leave this controller behind. So when I opened up the game today, you won't. Maybe they'll show it again right now. But when I opened up the game, they gave a grandiose, like full screen graphic for Mauricio Rufy saying that he's been a fighter added to the game. Now I haven't seen that done for like anybody but champions, which they're really buying into the fighting nerds hype, and I'm all here for it, bro. I'm about to break me some glasses and tape them together just so I got me some fucking nerdy glasses. You feel me? So, Luke, if you were planning on throwing out those glasses you broke, please just donate them to your boy. I'll pop them lenses out if I got to. You feel me? But anyways, yeah. So these are games I'll be playing. You know, UFC 5, a little 2K, a little Apex. I had to watch ESPN, Netflix, and Max while I was in the hotel. I bring the Xbox with me everywhere I go, so I was watching it in the hotel. And then I play some Undisputed in GTA 2. All right, my gamer tag, as you all know, often space. It's right there below my name. OFTEN, capital SPACED, bitches. All right, so let's see if they give us that same graphic again, because last time they gave it to us, and I was like, okay, I haven't seen this often. The old forgot the controller. Yeah, I always do that shit. It was sitting there right on the living room table too, the coffee table. Perfect time for my drug addict joke. I'm not gonna do it. That is the best bit. It's too good. I got you on the glasses. I was gonna toss them anyway. Perfect. Yo, to be fair, I had to reset up everything. I had to take the Xbox. I had took the Xbox with me. I took my whole setup with me, so I had to reset up everything. So the fact that I didn't completely forget everything. I got headphones in at least and all that. Hey, I did way better than I should have. Okay, give me some slack. Cut me some goddamn slack out here. All right, so they didn't give us the. Oh wait, maybe they will. Hold on. Okay, I guess not. All right, so this time they didn't do it because I hadn't opened the game in a while. They gave me this big graphic showing Mauricio Rufy when I created the event for this. But yeah, let's check out my fight contracts. Let's see if we can put any bets in the game, because you know we like to gamble everywhere we go. We don't give a fuck. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. All right. Yeah. So they still haven't done shit since Pajeda and Live. So I can't do shit. And obviously I haven't been doing contracts. I really should have. I barely played this Xbox while I was in while I was in LA. I basically used it to watch PFL. So for the brief time that I watched PFL, I watched fucking Black Mirror and PFL on the Xbox. That's what I did with it. So it was kind of a waste, but honestly it wasn't, because I got to go back and watch the second half of that Black Mirror episode, and I was watching the PFL while I was getting ready to go out with the boys. So you already know. All right, so let's get into it. It's a short event, as we know, but we've seen what we've won on and we lost on this year. We had Fight Night Seattle, Cejudo Yadong, Hayda Anka Live didn't go our way, Vittori Dolidze, Edwards Brady did go our fucking way, baby. You already know about that plus 6,500 legendary cash. You know, everybody knows. You might actually be able to put a decent fight card together next week with all the names. We'll take a look before we get into this, actually. Fight Night London, Edwards Brady, yeah, legendary. Fight Night Mexico City, Moreno Urseg. Didn't quite go our way, but we were close. And we had the Fight Night Vegas to start the year, but now we're doing Fight Night Vegas 105, which is Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy. It's a 5-round main event. Big stakes on it for Lerone Murphy, decent stakes on it for Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett, the much older fighter, but before I get into like a full breakdown of them, let's look into these fights next week to make a card on. So it's UFC 314 next week. So I'm gonna go bottom up until I see a name that I think I can make a fight with. Julian Erosa. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he's in the game. I'm pretty sure Erosa's in the game. Elkins, we know, is in the game, so I might be able to make that fight. Now, Cedric Dumas not in the game, but Michael Oleksiejczuk in the game. You're like, Michael Oleksiejczuk's in the UFC 5 game? Yes, he is. Jim Miller, Chase Hooper, we can make that. I feel like I've done that fight already. Have I not? Why do I feel like I've simulated that fight? If not, maybe they gave it to me as a fight contract and I completed it. Jan Janan, Jandaroba, obviously we can make that. Dan Ige, Sean Woodson. I believe they just added Sean Woodson to the. You know what? I don't think he's in the game, actually, because I just looked through it this morning. I don't think Woodson's in the game. So can't make that, but we can make Janan Jandaroba. Krylov, Dominic Reyes, we can obviously make. Yair Rodriguez, Patricio Pitbull, we cannot make unless they drop Patricio Pitbull like they dropped a roofie drop for this week. So if they drop Patricio Pitbull in the UFC 5 game this week, that would be dope. They did do that for Michael Chandler when he arrived. So I expect Patricio Pitbull to get the same treatment because he is more of a seasoned and let's say accoladed champion over Bellator. And then Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva, we can make that fight. Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett, we can make that fight. And Vulcan Diego, we can make that fight. So it's going to be like a very long one. I might have to make it a 1 p.m. card. If I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights, that's going to be like a 3-4 hour stream, especially if we get a lot of decisions. So plus with the breakdown at the end of the bullshit at the beginning, yeah, it's gonna be like a 3. Yeah, I might have to start that one at 1 next week if it is indeed an 8 fight card. So next week, if this is an 8 fight card, even 7 fights, I'm probably gonna start at 1 p.m. rather than 2 p.m. So just keep an eye out for that. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with like weigh-ins or anything. Like maybe I'll be a trooper, keep it at 2. Stop being a bitch. Who knows? But anyways, let's get into this card. We got not too much time. Just kidding. They did darn dirty with that graphic. They always do darn dirty with the graphics, man. They don't know how to capture it. They don't know how to capture the essence of a dern. You feel me? But I know. You've seen what I sent. Did they put Asakura in this game? Yes, Asakura is now in the game. He's not great. We did the simulation with him, and I believe he got subbed by Pantoja in round 2 or something like that. So yeah. I think that was like UFC. I forget which one it was, to be honest. I forget. But here's the card. I did not put this at the Apex for the sole reason that if I put a fight at the Apex or the Sphere in this game, the walkouts and the tail of the tapes are fucked up, and I like to get those. So the reason I put this at the MGM Grand and not the T-Mobile Arena is because the MGM Grand is number 1 smaller, and that's the most similar to the Apex in a small-time venue. Also, the Apex fights just feel weird. There's no commentary on it. It's so boring. So I just had to go with the MGM Grand. I'm sorry if you're a stickler for the rules, but fuck off. Anyways, everybody knows the rules. I do not play. I just put it in the middle and simulate. I am in the cuck chair, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Unmuting the game now. Fuck out first. So let's talk Lerone Murphy, bro. He's my age. Born July 1991. He's 33 years of age, 5'9", 145 pounds. He's got a total record of 15-0-1. That's right. He's never lost, but he's gotten to a draw with Zubair Tukhugov. As we know, that was in Abu Dhabi in his very first fight in the UFC at UFC 242. Fought a draw with Zubair Tukhugov. That was in Abu Dhabi. So after that, he went on a really good streak. He beat Ricardo Ramos, Douglas De Silva Andrade, Makwan Amirkwani, Gabriel Santos, Josh Kulabau, Edson Barbosa, and Dan Ige, October 26th of 2024. So Lerone Murphy on a great streak, poising himself to be an undefeated prospect that fights for the belt. And pretty soon, if he gets a big win over Josh Emmett, they can march him right in there soon. He's fighting with the top of the featherweight division. If we look at the rankings of featherweight, there's not too much that you wouldn't march in there ahead of. If he takes Josh Emmett at 8, Arnold Allen's lost his chances. Brian Ortega's lost his chances. Yair Rodriguez needs to get a big win over Patricio Pitbull. Evloev is probably the one person standing in his way because Diego Lopez is getting a title shot and Max might be at 55 now. So a big win here over Emmett. He's probably 1 win away from a title shot. Now Josh Emmett,
when he was absolutely bludgeoned by Ilia Topuria over 5 rounds in Jacksonville. How much did Josh Emmett have left? Man, did we get an answer later that year as he inflicted blunt force trauma on Bryce Mitchell with one of the best knockouts of that year. Josh Emmett still got a whole lot left. His focus remains on UFC Undisputed Gold and Glory. Got to win tonight to keep that dream a reality.
John Anik just said it way better than I could have, so I just let him take the fucking floor. I was like, John Anik, you got it, my boy. You nobody does it better than you. So yeah, he just explained it best. He got bludgeoned by Ilia Topuria, but it went to decision, and then he knocked out Bryce Mitchell in his last fight. That was December 16th of 2023. So this is like a year and a half layoff for Josh Emmett. But he showed that he still got it. He's 40 fucking years of age. He's old as shit, but he's still a fucking hammer in the UFC. So yeah, he was born March 4th, 1985, 5'6". Okay, but he's got a 70-inch reach. He's got long monkey arms that can knock you the fuck out. 38 to 33, 5'6" and 5'9", 70-inch reach to 73. So Lerone Murphy does get the advantage. And then Josh Emmett's record, 19-4. Lerone Murphy, 15-0-1. That's right. Let's go. What bet are we putting in? You guys already know I put out the graphics for the UFC bet and the high-risk bet. I know if you don't like Robert Valentine, don't throw him in there. It's fine. It'll still be plus money. But I'm just saying, I got a good feeling about it. He's got long arms. He could sub you. He can knock you out. I like the Viking. I like the Viking.
Josh CCO
Uh-oh. Here we go.
So Herb Dean, third man in
round uno, bitch.
All right, early round action here, and given where Josh Emmett's
character model for Murphy is accurate as hell, yeah.
About 2 years ago.
All right.
Ooh. Still competing and doing
Josh Emmett met him with a nice right straight.
His left leg was absolutely destroyed, and yet he persevered through the rehab. Came back, beat Calvin Kattar on points, and now if he can get a knockout tonight and get his power game going tonight,
that's a big knee and an elbow from Lerone Murphy. Oh damn! Oh damn! Oh Lerone! Oh, chill, bro. We just started. Yo, what the?
Gonna try to take his opponents back.
Oh my lord, Josh Emmett trying to get his wits about him because he just got bludgeoned on the floor. And now he's in top control. The young fighter might have blew his load. Josh Emmett now in a dominant position in full guard. I mean full mount, sorry. Now he's in half guard. So yeah, I spoke into existence and now he's in side control. How did Emmett end up on top? This is some shit that would happen though. Like Lerone Murphy would hit him real hard and think he could finish him and then end up in a bad position just thinking he's ending the fight. And then Josh Emmett, the veteran that he is, could use his wrestling game, stay on top,
Look at that.
Weather the storm. This is possibly exactly what's going to happen.
Able to transition back to side control now.
We've seen Lerone Murphy in a decision. Have we seen him in a five?
And
maybe one.
Nice job. Oh, another strike lands from the top.
Wasn't Barbosa 5? Yeah, Barbosa was 5. Yeah, so.
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this.
He's doing whatever he wants when he got on top. If Emmett finds this out early and he uses his team alpha male wrestling to just absolutely, I mean, that's what made Lerone Murphy tired in his first UFC fight. Is the wrestling of Jabari Kugog. So
Murphy gets touched by that kick there.
Come on.
Looking to land the leg kick now.
Ooh, good check hook. He's hurting. Emmett's got to get this back down. Oh, Murphy tries to get it down. Good for Emmett. And Emmett lands a nice check level hook. Let's go. Nice blocks. He's just so long. He landed a body kick from so far. Oh, the question mark kick.
Both fighters throwing heat now.
These boys are swinging. And Emmett gets the takedown again. Emmett mixing it up well. He knows he can't just strike with this guy.
Pretty productive with the strikes here off his back.
Now, this is a fight. This is a round, sorry. Very hard to judge. They've both gotten hurt. Emmett did get dropped, but he's been in top control and dominant for a lot of this.
Right now, it looks like he may be trying to set up an arm triangle choke. He needs to secure the left arm to push it.
Just take the back off this. Stop. You better stop. Josh Emmett.
All right, so he lets go of the submission now.
He let go because he saw that he was going to lose his position. You got to maintain dominant position when you're in a fight.
And that's another thing that Emmett's going to be doing well in this fight. He uses his veteran savvy. I mean, he stood in there with Ilia Topuria for 5 rounds. Or was it 3?
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel
was it 3?
Wrestler,
no, yeah, it was 5. He's stood in there with Ilia Topuria for 5 rounds. Something that Alexander Volkanovski could not do. Something that Max Holloway could not do.
Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here.
Josh Emmett, a very smart fighter.
Another strike gets through on the ground.
He's going to put himself in the least amount of danger if he can muster it.
Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good.
Oh, saw that. Yeah, Barbosa, he went 5 rounds. Yeah. Kick heavy attack from Murphy's finding success, but Emmett mixing the arts well. And as you said that question mark kick landed for Murphy.
Oh, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Oh, yeah, now Emmett's got Murphy cut. They both cut each other in round 1. Watch out for those check hooks, man.
Hook to the head is blocked. First round.
Ooh! Emmett can't get dropped again, or else he's going to definitely lose this round. Okay. All right. Man, this is a close one. This is a close one. Oh, big cut over Lerone Murphy's eye. That could be a huge factor. That could be a huge factor. Wow. That's a bad one. It's right over the eye and kind of under the eye, too.
We'll show you some of the action here, and you got to think the knockdown is going to be featured prominently here.
Oh, man, 9:15 a.m. Yair got him with kicks, so that might be key. Yeah.
The guy's durable. He has a fantastic chin. He just needs to stay the course. He does not need to be discouraged.
Rodriguez is such a wizard with his legs, though.
You're winning.
Lerone Murphy is more of a slow plodding guy, but I definitely could see him landing like a big. I feel like it's going to be a rear high attack. So I feel like it's going to be a backside head kick if Lerone Murphy does something to Josh Emmett with a leg strike. I don't know why. I just feel that way. I feel like it's going to be like almost like a Leon Rocky Edwards knockout of Kamaru Usman. I feel like that's what's going to be what does Josh Emmett in. So we got a stun wobble from Lerone Murphy and a knockdown. But the significant strikes go to Lerone Murphy. Everything else to Josh Emmett. He beat him on total strikes. He got the takedown. He almost had 3 minutes of control time. Very tough round to score. Because of the wobble and the knockdown, we're probably going to have to give it to Murphy. But I could see a judge giving it 29-29, no cap, or 10-10, whatever it is. I could see them giving that round a draw. I could see them giving that round to Emmett. I could see them giving that round to Murphy. That was a very muddy and murky round, almost split right down the middle. And these fights don't tend to favor Josh Emmett. Just saying.
Great punch. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection. And these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds.
Jeez, you can hear that.
Fucking cool, man. Damn, the counter striking of Murphy's really, really nice.
Right lands. Oh,
big knee.
How to get that one home.
Nice jabs, and then Emmett tries to get the takedown, but now Murphy's wise to it. Dang, it lands a nice big hit. We might not get out of this round. He's landing hard and fast. Now he's striking freely now too. I gotta go 10-9 Murphy. Damage. I see that, lazy. Okay. Was closer to finishing the fight at any given time. Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. So yeah, I'd probably give it to Murphy.
What a great job getting that kick to the target.
Ooh. Did he just wobble him? That looked weird. Oh, maybe he did. It looked like a glancing wobble because the way Murphy looked after that, he looked like he was wobbling a little bit. And then he hit him, and then he was really hurt. And I was like, oh, shit. So he did hurt him.
Lands a jab.
Oh, man. Josh Emmett really starting to come on now.
Very fast leg kick lands for him. Another leg kick.
Oh, shit. He's starting to mix in the low leg kick.
Big shot to the head.
And the clinch game into the grappling, but he jumps to Gilly. You jumping the gilly on Josh Emmett, Team Alpha Male? Oh, use it to get on top. What a move. I thought he's going to end up on bottom there. More fighters need to do that shit. Murphy was hurt there. What a way to get on top. Well done.
Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of
now
these
he's
big
on
shots.
top, landing big strikes on Josh
Emmett. To
Emmett.
land a high volume of strikes. You know, sometimes when you play basketball, you're in the zone. This dude's in the zone.
This guy's throwing his basketball in
What
the
a
midst
big
of
mistake
the
by Josh Emmett.
He can't miss with anything that he throws.
Huge mistake.
Every kick lands. Every punch lands. He is just
go down
outclassed
2 rounds on this
feet.
kid too.
Find a way to change the way that this fight is playing out, or your night's going to end very early.
Oh, now he's finding out that Lerone Murphy's not great at getting up, but he's really strong on top.
He got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
He's just starting to get through.
Saw a few seconds ago.
You heard the ref saying fight back.
Beautiful punch lands there.
If he postures up a couple more times, this might be over and cooked. It's 2 minutes, a lot of time left.
Less than 2 minutes now to go in round 2. Emmett's
fights to half guard.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's
gonna turn to his back. He's got to. He's got to give his back up to get up.
North-south position now. All right, so he's setting up for submission here.
Oh no! Oh, Kimura. Lerone Murphy trying to sub Josh Emmett in round 2, and he gives up his back. Told you, he's gonna have to do that shit. And he's going to take his back now. He's going to get a hook in. Lerone Murphy gets both hooks in. He's ran it. Don't flatten him out. Please don't flatten him out. There's so much. 75 seconds. There we go. And we're back in full mount.
Oh, you gotta love the ground and
Emmett doing all the right things to stay in this fight. He just gave up round 2, though. This is going to be an Emmett round. I mean, a Murphy round for sure. Not a 10-8, but definitely a Murphy round. I guess Emmett not great at getting up off his back either, huh? Whoever gets the fight to the ground, it's going to stay there.
Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through.
He's going for the arm triangle?
Yes.
It looked like an arm bar, actually.
That was nice.
Continuing to work out of the half guard.
20 seconds left in Murphy's round.
Lands with the ground and pound.
I'd stop trying to get up at this point.
No point. Because he's landing so consistently.
He's wasting energy.
All right, well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground.
And this was a Murphy round. Murphy 2-0.
10 minutes in the books.
Murphy 2-0. That cuts in a decent spot, you know. I could have been a little more to the left, but hey, what can you do? Let's look at the stats of that round. Now, Josh Emmett finally wobbled Lerone Murphy that round. No knockdowns happened, but Lerone Murphy's round completely. Significant strikes, total strikes. Neither got the takedown, but the fight ended up there because Lerone Murphy jumped the guillotine. And then he ended up with 3 minutes of control time. Lerone Murphy winning the fight in control time thus far. Yeah. Unfortunately for Josh Emmett, he's down 2-0 to me.
Listen, he's landing way too many body shots, all right? Way too many.
Strong Murphy round might have tripled Emmett on strikes. Okay, doubled.
All right, we'll re-rack some replays from the previous round.
Yeah, he beat him up pretty good that round.
Pretty nasty cut in his
Sucks for Josh Emmett because he hurt him and he could have. Maybe if he just kept striking with him because he already had him hurt. But he went for that takedown and then
now he's dealing with a nasty
Murphy jumped the gilly and stayed on top from there.
Why
He
do you
just
need
swept him
another
into
thing
top
to manage
control.
when you already got one of the best fighters in the world in front of you?
Oof. Lots of little punches on the inside.
Ready, fight. Ready.
Third round underway.
Ooh. Josh Emmett swinging for the fences. Swing him, baby.
Jab.
Oh, he's going uppercuts now. He's really trying to bang. Oh, shit.
Unable to land with that
he went
punch.
to that check.
Oh, he continues to attack the body yet again here, just as he did in the previous round.
Counter. Come on, Emmett. Emmett really getting out of the way, but he's really trying to make him punish, and he's really trying to punish him, and he's just too far away.
There, huge block.
He's really not making him pay. Oh, nice check left hook. Come on.
Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys
I think Emmett needs a big overhand right
Yeah,
now that he's
both
got him
guys
up
are
against the
compromised.
fence. He needs to
Both
stop
guys have
going
been
with these
beat
short
up.
shots
Both guys
and
have done a
extend.
great job of landing, recognizing what they wanted to get done.
And he goes for a takedown,
and
gets
showing.
it. Emmett
This is
on
a very
top.
evenly
He
matched
really
fight.
needs this round too, or his fight's basically over. And Lerone Murphy triangle is attempted. Emmett's got to circle to, he's got to press down on the knee and circle out. Oh no. This could be locked in. We got him. Lerone Murphy subbed him in round 3 with a fucking triangle. He jumped the gilly the first time, it didn't work. The second time he tries triangle, subs him.
Absolutely. He is a
Fuck
phenomenal
me.
grappler. He said that he held the advantage there, and that would show
Fuck
itself in
me.
the fight. He
This
proved
goddamn
that,
game
and
gave
he
us a
gets
sub.
submission victory. Amazing.
A round 3 sub.
The official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest.
Gave us a round 3 sub.
Seconds of round
What the
3.
hell?
Declaring the winner by tap out, Lerone the Miracle Murphy.
We're gonna do this in the fashion of the main card minute, since I hate this fucking outcome. So we're gonna have to do Lerone Murphy submission over 1.5.
It was a very tough fight, but he knew that if
I
he
think
did
that's
everything right to get to
Combo's
his
gonna happen.
position, which is the ground,
I don't want to
be
do
able to
Lerone
finally finish
Murphy
by
submission round 3. It's too
submission. Tonight, he did
specific.
just that.
It's way too specific. And so, I don't know. I have to make this smart for us. We can't just waste money on this, even though sub has to be in there. God damn it. We have to go with the ways of the CPUnits. We have to put the outcome. We have to. It's been giving us gems for weeks. It gave us Kevin Holland. It gave us fucking last week it gave us Sean Brady. It gave, it's on to something. I still have to roll with it. I have to. It's what's right. It's what's right. What the hell, man? What the hell? Let's see these scorecards, I guess. They didn't finish judging round 3, obviously, but yeah. 10-9s for Murphy in round 1, 10-9s for Murphy in round 2. It was trending to a unanimous decision. Is that 10-8? They gave him 10-8s in round 2. Oh, damn. 2 10-8s in round 2 for judge 2 and 3. And then Josh Emmett got a little desperate shot on him. Murphy knew the shot was coming. First time it didn't work out. Second time he got him. Crazy to see. Overall, it's FanDuel time. I mean, not FanDuel. It's DraftKings time, because they're gonna give us the props that we want to see, baby. Let's check it out. All right. Not the outcome I was expecting. I was expecting a TKO. If I was, like, if we really look at Lerone Murphy, how many subs does he have on his record? A whopping 0. He has never subbed anyone. 7 knockouts, 8 decisions, and a draw. And on the other side, Josh Emmett has only been submitted 1 time in his career. Lo and behold, it was a triangle submission by Yair Rodriguez. The very same thing that we had here. Now, Yair had way more subs on his record. I mean, granted, they were on nobodies in the very beginning of his career. No offense to those nobodies. But he had some subs on his career. Is Lerone Murphy going to get his very first sub on Josh Emmett? I don't fucking know. But if it does, I better see your ass next week giving me my goddamn flowers. I better. Okay, Lazy says, damn, a classic way to finish the wrestler. Yeah. And we've seen Josh Emmett get finished like that, and recently. Murphy never had a career sub. However, Emmett's only career loss by sub came via triangle. Exactly. Lazy's onto something. Peep that. Peep that. Bingo. We already know. Lazy knows. Lazy knows. We're on the same page right now. We're on this very same page. So I'd love to see this outcome actually come to fruition. I mean, let's see. Lerone Murphy just to win by sub is already plus 1,500. So that's gorgeous. Now let's just look at all the outcomes now. Let's just paint the picture. Lerone Murphy by sub, 1,500. Plus 1,500. Lerone Murphy by sub or KO plus 195. So Lerone Murphy by finish plus 195. I like that. I like that too. It's still plus money. Exact methods. Submission is plus 1,100. That could be either side. Anybody wins at submission plus 1,100. What else we got? We got the round here. Lerone Murphy to win by submission in round 3 plus 7,000. 70 times your money. Plus 7,000. $1 to win $70, y'all. $1 to win $71. Okay? Lerone Murphy to win an over 1.5 minus 290. Lerone Murphy to win an under 2.5 plus 300. Lerone Murphy to win in round 3 or 4 plus 800. Round 3 submission, anybody plus 6,000. Fight to not go the distance at plus 110 is juicy. I like that plus money. Lerone Murphy round 3, 1,300 plus 1,300. Winning round 3 plus 850. That's anybody plus 850. Fight to start round 4. No. Fight to not start round 4 at plus 185. Fight to not start round 5, aka no starting round 5, plus 135. Now let's look at these significant strikes. Oh, they're low as shit, huh? Not even worth betting. Let's not even look at that. Takedowns landed. 2 for Josh Emmett. 2 Josh Emmett takedowns at plus 900. 2 Josh Emmett takedowns plus 900. Over a half takedown by Josh Emmett plus 380. Grappler. Guys, he's a grappler. He started with wrestling. Josh Emmett started in wrestling. High school. 14 years he wrestled. And they're giving him 1 fucking takedown at plus 380. I'm putting $50 on that right fucking now. No fucking cap. No cap. Hey, let me go full screen. Let me go full screen. Where is it? Can you see it? Shit. I'm trying to get the angle. Just placed it. Josh Emmett. Let me turn the fucking light off, I guess. God damn. Josh Emmett. $50. 1 takedown. Plus 380. You can bet your ass I'm taking those odds. What? I threw a whole 50 piece on that. Josh Emmett to get 1 takedown on Lerone Murphy that got taken down by Zubair Takugov. You don't think Josh Emmett's going to get 1 takedown? I had to throw money on it. I'm sorry. I really believe in that one. I really do. And then they have Lerone Murphy 5+ takedowns at plus 165. Are we joking? Do they mix the names up? Did they really mix the names up? I think they mixed the names up. They had to have mixed the names up. That it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to you guys? The guy played soccer and then got a major knee injury and started training boxing. And they got him at 5 fucking takedowns over Josh Emmett. Are we joking? Are we joking? What? That's crazy to me. The books are crazy to me. Hey, if y'all win money on this, I better see some fucking slips in my goddamn Gmail. I better see some slips in my motherfucking Gmail. If Josh Emmett gets one takedown tonight. If Josh Emmett gets one singular takedown tonight, I better see some fucking slips in my goddamn Gmail. You, all 6 of you watching right now. Lerone Murphy at 5+ is crazy. They got him. The line set at over 3.5 takedowns for Lerone Murphy. The alternates start at 5+, and it's only plus 165. Josh Emmett to get one singular takedown is plus 380. For him to get 2 is plus 900. For him to get 3 is plus 1,600. For him to get 4 is plus 2,500. For him to get 5 is plus 3,500. Guys, I think I'm gonna have a bet on every single one of those, just cause. Just cause. If anybody on this earth is friends with Josh Emmett and listening to this stream, can you please tell him that's what the books have him as? Because as a wrestler, he's going to see that and be like, oh, fuck that shit. I'm taking this guy down just to prove the book's wrong, and I'm talking shit about it after the fight. And you already know I'm going to have a little money on Josh Emmett at plus money. That's why you can see that I don't have him in any of my parlays for I don't have Murphy in any of my parlays for that I put out this week, high risk or regular, because this fight is a little sketch to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think the books got it wrong. And with that being said, let's get into my picks for this card. Let's get into my picks for UFC Fight Night, Emmett versus Murphy. Jafil. As you guys know, I put out these 2 parlays. I put out the UFC parlay, which is Joe Anderson Brito, Chang Ho Lee, over 1.5 in the Brad Tavares and Gerald Meerschaert fight. I'll give you my logic on that. I'll give you my logic on that one right now. So Joe Anderson Brito, Pat Sabatini, right? Pat Sabatini's game is a ground game. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. But he has to get to the jiu-jitsu first. Okay? He wasn't a great wrestler. He picked up wrestling in Sambo, but he's not a great wrestler. Joe Anderson Brito, a hammer. Absolute hammer. Okay, now, Pat Sabatini submitted Jonathan Pierce, but guess what? So did Joe Anderson Brito. Pat Sabatini lost to Diego Lopez and Damon Jackson. Okay? Joe Anderson Brito's a hammer. I know he can gas out late in his fights, but I fully expect Joe Anderson Brito to finish Pat Sabatini. And Chang Ho Lee, I gave you guys a pick on Bellator, didn't I? I mean, sorry, PFL. My bad. Don't kill me for that one. I gave you guys picks on PFL. This one cashed, even though 3 of the fights got voided, but you know, still cashed. You're welcome if you bet it and got some money back. But I put this bet out, right? And I had Masayuki Kikiori in my bet. Masayuki Kikiori. Okay. I also had Kim Taeyun Kim. These guys are associated with the Monster Fight Team. Monster Fight Team is one of those gyms that I see on the rise right now. And both of those guys got a win in PFL over the weekend. Kim Taeyun subbing Nathan Kelly. Masayuki Kikiori defeating Giannis Bancher, TKOing him in round 2. I fully expect Chang Ho Lee to finish Cortavious Romeus. Romeus, a very short fighter. I think he's 6 inches shorter than him. He's a grappler trying to get the sub, but I think Chang Ho Lee's power is going to be the difference, and I think he's going to make a name for himself in this fight. He's also very high on the card for somebody that hasn't fought in the UFC too much, and he was a road to UFC fighter. So I fully expect him to win. That's why he goes in my UFC parlay. And to finish it off, I had over 1.5 in the Tavares and Meerschaert fight. Now, I know Meerschaert's a very accomplished grappler, and he tends to get subs early. But Brad Tavares, when he gets wins, it goes to the decision. Gerald Meerschaert, when he gets finished, it's usually around 2 or 3. Brad Tavares, when he gets finished, it's usually late as well, except for one fight between the both of them where they got finished Sorry, 2 fights between the both of them where they got finished in round 1. Most of their fights go over the 1.5. So that's what my logic for throwing that as the third leg in my UFC parlay that you see here. That came in at plus 216. I like those odds. And then at UFC high, Brad Tavares, obviously, I just gave you my logic. Also, he's never lost 3 fights in a row. He's lost 2 fights in a row and always gets the win. I expect him to do the same here. Joe Mearshart can't afford to lose here. He did lose to Renner de Ridder, but he also tends to lose fights 2 in a row. And Renner de Ridder was his first fight after that bet that we won on him. So I expect him to lose this fight. Daniel Frunza, I'm taking a flyer on him against Reese McKee. Reese McKee just has never looked good to me in the UFC, so I expect this new guy to make a name off of him. Robert Valentin Frey, I've seen him on Tough. He looked really good on Tough. He had a great knockout game, great submission game. He could get the finish. He's the much taller, longer fighter here. There's no reason why he couldn't be able to finish this guy. That's never been impressive to the Dana White until he finally got finishes outside the UFC to come back to get more decisions. I mean, he can win the fight, but I could see Robert Valentin stealing his thunder here. And then Luis Gruel taking on Ode Osborne. I think Gruel is just going to make him his name. I think this fight goes to decision. It might be a close one, but I could see Gruel getting the win over Ode Osborne. And that's why that was my high-risk parlay. Now going top to bottom on the card, I'll show you guys what I show you every week. That's right. I'm going to show you guys the pigs, bitch. Here you go. God damn it. Always does that. So here we go. Gold is what I really, truly believe in. And the rest is, fuck it. We'll see what happens. I think Vanessa Demopoulos will beat Talita Alankar. She's probably going to win this fight with her wrestling and kicking. I think there's probably going to be a lot of clinching here where she just lands a lot of strikes and is the more active fighter. So I expect her to get the win. Victor Henry getting up there in age. I don't think people notice this. He is a very talented fighter, a very hard fighter to beat. But there comes a point in time of these guys that aren't champions, that were never ranked, that a young lion makes their name off of them. I think this is that fight for Pedro Falcao. He is a very heavy-handed fighter, and I expect him to get the win at bantamweight. At women's strawweight, Loma Lookbanmi making her third stint in the UFC. I think second, but maybe third. I think she's going to get a finish. Her opponent comes in as a late replacement. So I think Loma Lookbanmi is going to get a finish. I also think that Dion Barbosa is going to get a finish. Dion Barbosa gets a lot of subs. Dion Barbosa gets a lot of round 1 subs. Diana Belbita gets subbed a lot. Diana Belbita gets subbed a lot in round 1. Match made in heaven. Last time we saw this was a couple weeks ago. And guess what, y'all? We cashed on that. So let's cash on it again. If not, Barbosa should get the decision win. Reese McKee, Daniel Frunzo. I think Frunzo's going to knock him out. I think Reese McKee's going to look good early until he doesn't. But he could get the sub. That's why I got that hedge. I think McKee could sub this guy because I think he's going to try to throw hands with him, look good, decent on the feet. Then something hard's going to land, and either Frunzo does knock him out or he makes the mistake that Pooja Tomar made on Shauna Bannon and ends up getting subbed. Unfortunately, this fight has been canceled, I believe, and we can no longer bet on it. So let me read that out. Ode Osborne and Luis Gruel. I think Gruel is going to get the decision win. Osborne usually tends to fail in these fights. I did say I think it's going to be close. That's why my hedge for this is Osborne decision if Gruel doesn't, in fact, getting the decision win. Torres Finney and Robert Valentin. I think Valentin's going to knock him out, or you could sub him. I really feel this way. I think Valentin's good enough to beat this guy. This guy tends to go to decisions and can't finish his opponents a lot of time. Now, wrestling seems to be the thing that beats Robert Valentin. But I think he came in with a lot of confidence in that fight because Ryan Loder was more of a soft guy in the house, so he really thought he could put his paws on him and just finish him early. It didn't go his way, but I think he learned from that, and I think he's going to capitalize on that in the Torres Finney fight. Brad Tavares, Gerald Mearshart. I'm going to add in a Mearshart sub in here as my hedge. I really think he could sub Brad Tavares, but Brad Tavares is really good in a decision fight. He could steal a fight on a judge's scorecard. And we know Nick Sick's going to be in his corner. We know Nick Sick has great game plans for grapplers. So I believe Brad Tavares is going to win this fight by decision. This fight fell out, and there's a new opponent. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I would have had Nzechukwu by KO. But now I think Budai can win a decision against whoever the fuck he's fighting. Let's see who it is. It's wait for it. Where the fuck is it? Is it on? Oh, it's on the prelims now? Oh, damn. You got demoted crazy, my boy. You got demoted crazy. All right, here. Values only. Budai and Sati Baldiev. What the fuck? We're going to go with Budai decision now. That's the move. Look at that. That's it. Budai probably decision, most likely. I don't know who Sati Baldiev is, but I believe... Shit, should I do a Budai finish if this guy's coming out short notice? Nah, it's heavyweights, right? Let me just do fight end KO. Fuck it. That's a good hedge. Fight end KO is a good hedge. If we don't get a Budai decision, it'll be a fight end KO by either side. Maybe this guy has what it takes to beat Budai, or maybe Budai can fucking get this guy out of there because he's a short notice replacement. So I like that fight. Budai decision or Uran Sati Baldiev. He's probably not going to win this fight, but if he does, maybe it's a KO. So just fight at KO so you get it on either guy. Cortavius Romeus and Lee Chang-ho. Gave you guys my thoughts there. I think Lee knocks him out late, even though Romeus might get a takedown in round 1 and do some good work, but I fully expect Lee to come back in rounds 2 and 3 and put hands on him and probably finish the fight late. If not, he might get a decision win. Pat Sabatini, Joe Anderson, Brito. I think Brito's going to knock him out early. I think he's going to make it look simple, guys. I really don't think this fight goes the distance at all. I think Brito finishes him early. It's probably not going to be a sub. He knows he's the bigger, stronger guy, has heavy hands, and we know he's a vicious guy in there. I fully expect Brito to put hands on him and possibly knock him out early, round 1 or 2. And then I have Murphy decision, but our new, yeah, there is no hedge because we have the CPUnits parlay. But yeah, I think it's going to be a Murphy decision, maybe an Emmett decision. Let me do that as my hedge. Emmett decision could be a good hedge for that fight. And we already have the CPUnits. So it's going to be Lerone Murphy, submission, and over 1.5. And those are my picks. Those are my picks for the fucking card. To be fair, it was basically Bellator, yeah. That's true. Nah, this over 2.5 all over it. Yeah, I wanted to be safe with 1.5, but yeah, I did over 2.5 for that. I did fight and KO and over 2.5. Okay, I respect that. Sati Baldiev is pretty good, LFA champ, but he's coming up from light heavyweight. Yeah, and on short notice. He's gonna have a lot more weight on him. So maybe he's not used to fighting like this. So a fight and KO feels right for either side. Sleeto in the house. What up? What up, Sleeto? What's going on? Melker in the house. Melker in this bitch too. What's good? Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's everyone doing tonight or morning? I don't know what time it is that side. Yeah, it's all good. It doesn't matter. We're gearing up for some fights, y'all. We got the prelims starting in a few hours, just 3 hours over here. So, you know, Mangar Minute says 3 p.m. over here. Me and him on the same time zone. What's up, gang? You know, everybody's in this piece. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk real quick about the PFL, though, before I get up out of here. What a night of fights, yo. Jason Jackson getting a sub over Koreshkov, even though illegal elbows to the back of the head. And then the ref didn't end the fight, Keith Peterson. And just, you know, let Koreshkov die in there, basically. He's like, if he dies, he dies. And then he subbed him and put him out. Yeah, so Jason Jackson was going to win that fight regardless, but damn, did him no favors. Did him no favors at all. His corner did him no favors either. The fact that they just let him march back out there with how dazed he looked for over 5 minutes. There was no timer. It was over 5 minutes. I know because we had a full conversation in the hotel room, me, Manich, and Luke. And that was probably like a 10-minute conversation, and they still weren't done with wiping him off and him sitting in the corner. So, yeah, it was a very long time they gave him, and they still marched him back out there to fight. That fight should have went to no contest, DQ, or decision, just something. Anything but letting Koreshkov go back out there. That was crazy to me. Jesus Pinedo versus Adam Boric. There was a TKO. Go back and check it out. It was round 1. I was wrong about Boric. He fucking ruined our high-risk parlay. He ruined the high-risk parlay, guys. It was Jason Jackson, my boy Thad Gene, Adam Boric, and Masaki Kikiuri, and motherfucking Adam Boric ruined it. I knew he was going to be the one, too. I knew it. I knew it. But it's all good. Shouldn't have thrown the plus money in there, but I like to throw that plus money in there. Sneak. But yeah, at least we got the cash on this though. At least that one cashed, right? Can't be too mad. If you put, a decent amount, you either won $1 to fucking $10. You won though. Okay? You won. So beggars can't be choosers. BC gave you a shout out in regards to that, Gene. If you didn't hear it, thank you. That's my guy, BC. That's my guy. I've been posting his name everywhere. Everywhere I can, I show love to Thad Gene. And you guys better recognize me as the number one Thad Gene fan. Okay, number one right here. Lazy Bed says mixing up a THC drink, got some dissolved fusion powder today. 420 doorbuster. Starting off the day strong. I got these 2 J's from LA. Me and Luke blazed like 4 or 5 J's while we were there together over the 2 days. But I mean, we were working like 12-hour days while we were there, so that's the only reason we couldn't blaze more. But yeah, got to bring these back. You know, I'm a suitcase guy. I'm a suitcase guy. Just throw them in there; they'll make it home. Nobody's stopping you over fucking small little nothing like that. I mean, don't go country to country like that, but I go state to state like that. Sounds interesting. Jesus, it's 21-10 this side, but what the hell? I'm a fight junkie. We're all fight junkies here, baby. That's what brings us together. I'm such an uncultured American. I don't know what time 21-10 even is. That's 9-10, right? Because 9, you just add 12. Sorry. You minus 12 or add 12 to whatever the number is. That's how I learned to do it. So if it's above 12, you just minus 12. And if it's under 12, you don't need to add anything. Yeah, that's what I normally do. I faced one after MK yesterday on my way to the airport. It was nice. Yeah, I wish I got to do that, bro. I literally had to get back to my room, pack immediately. And then you already heard the whole debacle about me leaving the backpack, having to drop the cases off, take an Uber back to the airport, fucking take an Uber all the way back, and then wait 2 hours for my fucking flight. It was a whole big deal, bro. It was tough. It was tough, but we're here. Yes, subtract 12. 9:10 p.m. Yes, sir. 9:10 p.m. All right. I think that's it for me, y'all. Don't forget to check us out at 9 p.m. Don't fucking forget. Scan the QR code below. Main card minute on your left. One more round fights on your right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please show us some love. We're on the way. We're trying to make a name for ourselves. We're trying to be the next Ariel, the next Luke. So the next BC, if you will. BC's doing some big fucking things right now. BC's doing some big fucking things right now. This man is interviewing big fighters in the ring, getting big fighters on his podcast. His podcast is growing. Don't forget to check out the Brian Campbell Experience. Definite friends of the show. We're all one big family here, so don't forget to show some love there. Don't forget to follow on social. One more round fights, one more round F8, all that shit. If you get some wins this week off these picks, don't forget to send them into one more round fights at gmail.com. Just send a screenshot. That's it. Send a short screenshot. That's all we need to see. And that's it for me, y'all. Enjoy the fights. I'll see you guys at 9 on the main card minute. Check it out.